So we gotta still be ourselves. Thank you again for coming back after you had yourself a glass of water or a glass of tea. This is World of Wisdom, Beauty, Health, and Fitness. This is part 2 of our Nappy Woods convention we're going to have here. Nappy Woods 4th Annual Los Angeles Hair and Lifestyle Expo. And again, we must have you say your name again.
I'm Kamika King, the founder and owner of Inspired Beauty.
Gwen Allen, co-founder of Nappywood, Los Angeles Hair and Lifestyle Expo.
And
Tecumseh Shackleford, Here's My Story.
and you.
Tina Ashley, Hair Shack, BeautySupply.com.
And I'll say Dr. Malika Hendry, the Braid Affair and Company in the city of Pasadena, 40 plus years in the industry and loving it, and have girls still working at the shop now. So now we're going back to Nappywood again. So tell us, continue, wait. We were talking on the part 1, and Tecumseh was talking to us about the hair and the steaming of the hair and all, and professionals, how some professionals should have their hair maybe braided or weaved in a certain way. Finish telling us.
Well, what I was talking about is basically, I call them steam treatments. And what this is after you have your protective style, this is a way for you now to help your hair. We were talking about transitioning.
Okay, stop right there. You said protective style. What does that mean?
Well, they would consider my cornrows here protective style.
Why?
Because I'm adding something to my hair to protect my real hair from sun damage, as we would say, or just
Over manipulation.
over the tightness of the manipulation of the hair, basically.
As long as they don't braid it too tight, because if they braid it too tight, that can pull out the follicles as well. If you have a heavy hand.
Yes.
So what's happening, I wanted to tell the viewing audience, there's a new name, and you were talking about that too, Gwen. They're calling it the what? The
Protective style.
Protective
Yes.
style, even though, but it's cornrows or individuals.
Or
Does it
weave.
matter?
Or weave.
Or
right.
weave.
It's
Okay.
just protecting your hair. Like if you just don't want to, continue to use combs and brushes and things like that on your hair. Sometimes it's pulling out your hair. You just want to take a break from dealing with your own texture. You would either, get your hair braided in a style, or you would get your hair in a weave.
Okay.
Or
now,
wig.
Going back to that, see, we're really going into the roots of the thing now. Now, when a person could have beautiful, kinky, nappy hair, when they come to the shop, once you braid the extensions in, it's a form of straightening out their own natural hair. Straightening out their own natural hair. And when they'll be poofed, but when you braid it, it's like, what do you call it? It's smooth and nice. So to me, it's a form of straightening out the hair without a chemical. That's what I
Exactly.
always like to say.
Right.
Just like you can wear an afro, your hair, once you take that style out, it would be like an afro maybe. But once you braid it in, it's like, it's what you call a protective
Style. Protective style.
And
Yes.
that's what has gotten to this day.
Right.
So it's a new name out there, protective. I'm just finding out about this. And these girls are from Los Angeles. Some of them on the stage. So finish telling us about the steam and all of that.
So what the steam does is it stimulates the bud follicles, so your hair, if you're thinning or balding anywhere, it will thicken your hair up and also remove all the residue that's built up that we don't see. Because some people concentrate on shampooing the outside of the hair when they need to get down into the follicle to remove that debris, because what you eat also feeds your hair as well. So that's why it's good to get those treatments. It'll also help your hair if you're transitioning from a relaxer and you're trying to go natural. It actually helps put your hair back at its original curl pattern.
So do they need when you're shampooing their hair in the shampoo bowl, a scalp manipulation, is that what you're talking about as well? Do they need that scalp shampooing and rubbing their scalp? How would you clean out the hair?
Well, that's what you focus on. So if you come to me per se, yes, I do a stimulating, what I call shampoo.
Right.
And then also too, I make hair smoothies. So I'll make a hair smoothie.
Hair smoothie. Listen at this. Hair smoothie. Go ahead.
Yes.
That's their language.
Well, I will make a hair smoothie that caters to your type of hair. So if your hair is overly dry, I will make a conditioner that's just for your hair. So once you go under the steamer, as it cools down, it locks in the moisture. So now it's sealed down, the cuticles down, and now you have these bouncy curls naturally without having to put, as you say, a relaxer in your
Well,
hair.
and then that comes back to the products.
Yes.
Right.
Now, some people, their hair's dry looking and all that, and then when you finally sell them that product to make their hair shiny, moisture, and loose,
Hydrated.
and that's where you come in, huh?
It is, and actually it's a little bit before that. I like to educate about hair and hair care, because one of the things that will make somebody successful when they're transitioning from, let's say, a relaxed lifestyle to a natural lifestyle is education. We've spent so many years learning how to keep our hair straight, learning how to hide from water,
Madam
learning how to
Seawalker
hide,
started that with us.
learning how to avoid the pool that we didn't know how. I knew a lot of people when I started being natural about almost 12 years ago. I didn't know how to maintain my natural hair. And so a lot of it is technique before you even get to product. Now, we make some awesome products that support it, but we think that you will be most successful when you learn proper technique. So like Tecumseh was saying with the steaming, hydrating the hair before you do anything else to it is very, very important, because then it allows the products to adsorb to the hair and work better. I can't tell you how many young women I run into who look on YouTube or look on Instagram and they see all these
University.
pretty way. It is. Google and YouTube are like the best universities in the world.
I'm telling you.
But they see all these young women with this great looking hair, these really great styles, and the first thing is educating them on the difference between excellent styling and excellent quality of hair. Hair that they've been able to strengthen and in a sense resurrect. And then it's information about what products work best for your hair and how to work with those products, and then how to style your hair. So we're at Inspired Beauty, we're very big on education first, because if you know of any naturals, they got product graveyards under their sink.
Yeah.
Everybody has a
product
product
junkies.
graveyard. All the product junkies. It's like the
boy, that's a good one.
products are like the new, forgive my French, crack to naturals. So for us, we always want to educate first, because we want you to be able to be successful with our product.
Right.
And that's a good point when she mentions education. This is the main reason why we have this platform called Nappywood. It is a platform to educate, to inspire, and to empower us. Because so long we have, like you mentioned, we have always been taught how to straighten our hair, how to relax our hair, but there's no school to really tell us how to enhance our curl. We really have all naturally curly hair, and every curl is different. Every person on this panel has a different curl pattern, and we have to know how to use those products these days, because of course, my generation came from the 70s. I'm a 70s baby, and when black was beautiful, you're proud to be black. Black is beautiful, and so we went through that whole phase of just wearing our natural hair, wearing our afros. The word came about in the 70s, you know.
Right.
And so now they're even taking that and manipulate that. I don't want my hair in an afro. I want it stretched out. So now they want not really the afro, but they want what do they call it? An extension of the afro. They want to loosen that curl.
Loosen it.
You know,
so your products will loosen
they
it up.
want it stretched. They want to stretch it out.
Yeah, we
So-
don't actually make a product that stretches.
Yeah.
hair.
What is your product? What does your product do?
So we run the whole gamut. It's a full system. We have product that helps you to treat your scalp, because it starts with the scalp first.
Okay.
So we have products that do that. We also have a luxury oil treatment that helps to deepen your gray hair back to its original color if it's due to stress, or if it's due to poor diet, or lack of mineral, or a mineral deficiency. We also have a cleansing product, which is our Jamaica Russell, which is a cleansing clay. It cleanses and conditions at the same time. We have styling creams, and we also have honey shea, which is our body butter, also great for the hair. So, and everything is all
Sound
natural,
good.
and everything is organic. And then we have our tea. So everything is tea based in our line.
Wow.
And see, we didn't have these type of products in
No.
the 70s.
And
So
it's gonna
this is
even
why this whole natural
this
thing
is
is here to
beautiful.
stay.
This
See,
is
some people think
beautiful.
it's
It
a
is here to
trend.
no
It's
time.
definitely
It's
a
here to
lifestyle.
stay.
It's
It
here
is.
to stay.
I wanted to share with now since we're the braid affair, we specialize in the braiding. Now, obviously, you know what I think? We need to do a treatment before we actually braid their hair. Give them a
Yeah.
steam or something
Yes,
like
so-
that. Come on, I
Right,
think that's
right.
what I'm going to start telling and encouraging
Yes.
our clients, because we do a lot of doctors, lawyers, and their hair is in our hands, and we need to be educated on how to care for their beautiful hair. And I see this is real. We need to steam their hair or condition it before we actually braid their hair.
And use products that doesn't have all the
Wow.
sulfates and you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
all these
Yes.
things that are really damaging
That's
and
right.
drying to our
Yes.
hair.
Right,
So-
right.
Exactly.
And you know what I wanted to say? If I see another young lady, a mixed couple bring their child in that's half black and half white, and they come in with this hair, I don't know what to do with the hair. We need to know how to take that, tell them what we need to do with that hair. Do a steamer and all that stuff on their hair.
Right.
Give them a smoothie. Like she said, all of that. Oh, this is so
Yeah,
educational.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Love the tea for the
this
hair.
is so educational, but again, tell them about the show again. Tell them when,
Nappywood
because this is
is-
second portion.
Is a expo. It's called Nappywood, the Los Angeles Natural Hair and Lifestyle Expo. It's coming up August 6th and 7th. It's a 2-day show, Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to have, this is one of our sponsors, Inspired Beauty. We're going to have hair. We're going to have hairstylists there that you'll be able to get your smoothies done. You'll be able to get show different hairstyles from locks, twists, braids, afro, you name it. It's going to be at the
And you can get your
Natural
tickets
Hair
from
Show.
me too at the
You
Braid
can get
Affair and
tickets
Company.
at the Braid Affair.
And then
don't
I'll be
forget
involved too now.
to go on our website.
Website.
The
Go ahead.
nappywood.com website.
That's so simple. Nappy, what is it?
.com. Nappywood.com.
.com.
Brand new website.
And
Yes.
what have you experienced with? Because sometimes I wonder when they come in and the child is blended, where is the grandmother? Where is the mother? Why isn't she involved? Or or the father's side of the family when they come and the child is blended and they have that kind of hair, and the child really wants to look like the mother, and the mother's hair is straight and all
Right.
that, and they really don't want braids. But the mother brings her in because she doesn't know what else to do with her hair.
Right. Well, to me, I feel like when the grandparents are not involved, that necessarily means they probably weren't with the blended of the family that they just created. And a lot of times,
Yes.
let's just be honest,
right,
they
didn't
don't
want it to
agree with
even
the
happen.
blending. So
yes.
if you made it, basically, you got to fix it. So, but I don't think you should resort in that. I think the problem is going natural, and when they have curls like that, people are not accepting of it. And I think now they don't have a choice now because everyone's doing it where it's men with locks, starting off with locks, or just getting twists. They're now venturing off from braids. They want to get locks now. You need to encourage them about their curl. Like, yeah, mommy hair is straight, but you should be proud to have these roots, because that's the problem. We're not proud of our roots. And I think now that everyone's doing these different styles, we're able to get back into our roots. But 2, you have to have patience. A lot of people transitioning into natural hair, they don't have patience, and then they want to go back into the weave when their hair needed to breathe a little bit longer. So we have to have a little bit more patience.
Yes. Now, the place where it's going to be,
Yes.
it's interesting. The Reef Magic Box,
Yeah.
1933 South Broadway Street,
Yes, in Los Angeles.
So downtown.
DTLA. What does that
Downtown
Downtown
LA.
Oh
you know,
my
we have the
God, all of these-
acronyms for everything.
All of these, what do you call them? Not initials, but acclimates. Okay, so, and the time, again, you didn't say the time before.
The time is, again, Saturday and Sunday, August 6th and 7th. It's from 11 to 7. And we're
Is it
downtown at the Reef on Broadway and Washington. You can get there by
Broadway
the
and-
train, the
Come on.
bus, bikes.
Whatever, load it up.
Load them up.
I'm just asking, what is it next to?
Uber, you name it. Just come
What is
on
it
through.
next to? What is it, a big building?
Well,
What is it?
actually, the
kind of
Reef
building
used to
is
be the LA Mart. It used to be the furnishing showcase where people would come there and buy furnishing items, and buyers from different stores would come there and buy. So they took 2 floors and made them into exhibit floors. So you can come there and have your event there. And we
by
chose that
LA
place.
Trade Tech.
It's just by LA
Oh.
Trade Tech, 2 blocks
How about the parking?
east. We have parking.
Oh,
Lots of
parking
parking.
on the street.
Free
there's a
parking?
parking lot.
No, I think the parking is like $15.
Okay.
But if you
Yeah.
get there late, you can park on the street.
You
I've
can
done
park
it
on the
before.
street. That's right.
Somebody will be leaving because it's all day. So
All day Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, and 7 p.m. is a good time to end it. It's still
11 to
light out
7,
there, still
yes.
light.
And I'd just like to add that it is a community event, so it's
Community?
for everyone,
Right.
children, women, and especially children and women. And I don't want to
Yes.
forget the men because we're
Absolutely.
sponsoring the men's panel, the IM panel. And so we want all the brothers to come out
Yes.
to learn about healthy skincare, proper grooming
Yes, come on,
techniques,
tell it.
and to be encouraged in the community. We really want our men to come out and feel empowered. This is a community thing, so we're not a community unless the men are there.
That's right.
So we want them to come
Yes,
out.
yes.
Absolutely.
Tell
Come
the
out.
audience that.
The
Tell
men's
this
Come
guy
out.
that. Tell
All
men
of the
to
men
come
come out. Come out on Saturday. There's going to be
Sunday is the men's panel.
Sunday's the men's
Sunday is
panel.
the men's
Yes.
panel.
So
What are
we're
they gonna do?
sponsoring. So we're sponsoring the I Am Men's Panel on
Oh.
Sunday, and we got a great panel of about 5 gentlemen that are going to talk about men's empowerment, encouraging community amongst men, so that when the men feel empowered, then they can go out and help within the community. They can support their families, their wives, their girlfriends, their children. One thing we do not do, and we need it right now, is really necessary now, is to hear the voices of our black men.
Amen.
No one ever asks
Yeah.
a black man what he thinks, what he wants, and so we want to, at this event, especially on Sunday, to have a forum where black men can vent their frustrations, their fears, their worries, but also their aspirations, their goals, their desires, and truths. And so we are sponsoring that panel. It's sponsored by Inspired Beauty, but also on Saturday, there's going to be the
We're going to have the sexy beard walk. 'Cause these guys are growing out these beautiful beards,
Yes.
and they're into grooming them, and
That
they're
is
into
the latest
caring.
thing with the men.
That is a
Yeah,
really
the last
huge
couple of
trend.
years.
gorgeous men coming
So
out.
we
all
have
all
yes.
nationalities.
yes.
Yes.
But I also
So-
make a men's grooming kit too. so
Oh
you can always-
my
Okay.
goodness! Because I used to ask them, "Do you shampoo and condition?" your
Absolutely.
beard?"
Oh, they do,
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
they do.
absolutely.
Now, what is now braiders? Tell the braiders to come on out for
The
this
braiders,
competition.
we have
Do
a
they have to be
competition.
licensed? Come on.
No,
Oh.
no,
No,
we
you
have to
don't.
be
But come on
licensed.
out and support because also it's not just braiding, right? It's braiding, locks, and crochet as well. Which we'll go into that too. I would love for her to talk about this because it wasn't crochet. What was it called back in the day?
Latch hook.
Latch hook.
That's what you're talking about.
That's what they're
I
talking
didn't
about.
like
That's what they're
I
talking
didn't
about.
like the latch hook. I didn't like it. But anyway,
Those
It's coming back. It's
now.
already back.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's back.
look, I'm out of that league.
You
so
know,
guys
everything
know.
comes back
I
around.
know, I
Everything
know.
comes back
So
around.
So tell us
Yeah.
about the latch hook.
Well, it's nothing new under the sun.
I know.
Everything
That's
just
right.
got it
We used to
just
do it.
reinvent itself, and
Yeah.
we just call it a new name, and it, maybe there's a new spin to it. But
Mm-hmm.
it depends on who I'm talking to. So if I know that it's an old school person, I usually talk to them and I say latch hook, and they get it right away.
Oh.
If I'm talking to a younger generation, then I refer to it as crochet. But they both mean the same thing, and so that's what we're doing. The style is in. It still doesn't take away from the braids because you still have to braid before you can actually latch hook or
That's true.
crochet.
I know that.
And
That's
so
for
you
sure.
can still give them a protective style on top of that. And so when we look at hair extensions, and I remember in the beginning, I was at another hair show before I actually got to Gwen's Nappy Wood, which I've attended as well. Love your show, by the way.
Awesome.
I was beginning to educate because when we began to talk about natural hair, the extension portion was not a part of it.
Right.
And I began to explain that natural hair is fine, but sometimes we don't want to start with the little small,
Afros.
afro.
That was me
You
years ago.
know, you want to wear the look, but
That's
you
right.
don't want to start really small. Even the men, believe it or not, they did not want to start their locks that small.
They want it
So-
instantly long.
So what did you
Right.
do? What did you
So
do? What's
then
the cure?
education is everything. So I
Okay.
just began to tell them that even though it's natural, we still want to add a little something until our own natural hair grows out.
Grows out,
And so
right.
when it gets to a certain length and you're comfortable, then you can actually remove and or cut that portion out. Like if you're doing braids or
Or
you're
locks.
doing locks,
True.
you add a little bit just to give you the length.
Yeah.
And as it grows, you cut. You
Yeah,
cut
that's
and
true.
cut
That's
until your
true.
own until you get the
That's
length
true.
that you're comfortable
That's
with.
true.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
so that took about a year or 2 years for me to actually begin to tell explain
Oh,
that. So
how
now it just,
interesting.
and so now that's why it's considered a portion of the natural hair shows. And then Miss Gwen, she immediately allowed us to be able to do it. So,
Yeah.
because
Well-
the understanding of it all, because when you say natural, everybody's like, no products, no hair, you know,
Nothing.
no
Right,
extensions,
nothing.
nothing. That's all natural. I said that, you know, I understand, but we want to go natural as it is. It's already hard to start it, and then we have to start with just a little bit of hair, and especially if you had perm on the ends of your hair and you need to cut that portion off
Right.
to start natural. So sometimes you have to add the extension just to grow it out and get to that
Absolutely,
length, and
absolutely.
you
That's a
feel
good point.
comfortable. You know,
Right.
you feel sexy, you feel empowered, you feel,
Right.
you know, when you come in with something and you kind of halfway feeling, you're eventually going to do something different until you can get to that place. So I'm very glad that
Absolutely,
it's
but let me
accepted.
say this to you coming from the old school.
Yes.
When a person would leave their braids in too long and they go into 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, their hair starts twisting around and goes into
Lock it up.
locks.
Anyway.
And that's how they started wearing it way back in the day.
Oh, right.
And then eventually they would cut that extensions
out.
off, and they would continue wearing
The
their
locks.
locks.
Yeah.
And that's the
Exactly.
that's the old fashioned way, if
Exactly.
you want to say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so that's why I had to tell you that.
Absolutely.
But yeah. And what were we talking about with the anything else you want to share? Anybody?
Well, the one thing about what she mentioned about natural hair, you know, we're so hard on each other. Like, oh, that's not natural. You're wearing braids, or
Yes,
you're wearing
huh.
a wig, or you're
Yeah,
wearing. You know, we have to
yeah,
stop being
yeah.
so hard
Yes,
on each other.
yes,
you know, I
Gwen.
think as long as we are wearing something that represents us, whether it's braids or afros or
Or a
whatever
wig.
it is, or a wig.
Nobody
That-
knows why
all
that person
that
has to wear a
matters.
wig.
Yes.
They might not be able to. They can maybe because it takes money to get your hair braided, and to have a weave. It takes money, and there are women, mature women. I go to the Pasadena Senior Center. I'm around a lot of seniors now. They have converted to wigs or just cut their hair down real short, and it looks darling. But they can't. They're on a fixed budget, so they can't afford to keep paying this money to get a full individual's hair braided, or go to the shop and get their hair steamed and all of that stuff.
But sometimes it's just because, like she said, you don't want your hair is too short. You're trying to transition, so sometimes you want the wig. Now I would say that's a protective style as well, because
Yes.
you have to braid it. Hopefully you are braiding it, because
Well,
if you're
now.
not, let me just tell you, if you're at home and you're not braiding your hair before you put the wig on, what you're doing is you're going to create yourself damaging your hair.
That's right.
It's going to be that wig all day. You're moving around.
Yes,
You think it ain't
it-
moving,
it-
girl. It's moving like this, and you'll
It
be
brushes
bald.
it out. It does something
You
to it.
will be bald because you're
Yeah.
moving around, you're
You
slapping
need
it
to-
around because you
that's
love
right.
your wig, and you're rubbing your hair out. So you have to make sure you braid it down first.
Yes.
Put the stocking cap on. I don't care how hot you get, menopause or not. Put the stocking cap on. Poke a couple of holes on it so you can breathe, and put the wig on. Period.
Look,
Put the wig
wigs
on.
that
Look,
they
and don't
have now.
forget to pin it down.
Pin it down. Oh yeah, please pin it down.
Wait.
Clip the combs and
But
everything.
these wigs that they're making nowadays are awesome.
Yeah, they
It
are.
looks so
They are.
natural. I
It
know
does
every
look
once in a while
natural,
when I
real.
take everything out, I said that wig looks so nice, and I planned on I'm gonna go buy that wig. And when I wore that wig, it looked so natural.
Yeah.
These Asians know how to make these wigs for us.
And we make our own wigs.
do.
Yes,
we make
I
our
think
own
yes,
wigs
we
because
can.
there's a lot
Yes,
of
you
hair.
can.
Like Miss Tina, she has the Mambo brand
Mambo.
of hair,
You
and it's a
s-
beautiful texture of hair, and the curl pattern is very tight like our hair, so we can make our own wigs.
So, Mambo, give the viewing audience the telephone number how they can reach you about this natural stuff that you're doing too.
Okay, so the Mambo here, I can be reached at 310-920-9514, 310-920-9514.
And she has her
Now-
own website as well.
HairShackBeautySupply.com.
Hair Shack, say it again.
HairShackBeautySupply.com.
Now that's simple. Now yours, for them to know more about what?
Well, to know more about everything, you actually could come to me and get all the services pampered. You can go buy her hair. I can make your wig. I can sew it down, twist it in. I can do your nails while you're under the dryer. I can do your feet. I can do your steam treatment, and I can
I'm
do
gonna
your
come
eyebrows.
see you.
Yes, I am the
Okay.
whole
Give us
Full
your
package.
telephone number and your email.
So as you see on the screen here, you can book me on styleseat.com/modeep. and you can check out all my pricing, as well as I do have products as well that you can check out. And like I said, I do offer a men's beard grooming kit as well, and a lock grooming kit for men and women as well, because most of the people who have locks, they have a beard, and they want to show it off
Right,
and get it
right.
cleaned and nicely lined
Do
up.
you do individual eyelashes?
No, I do not,
Oh.
but I have a friend. Hers is Lashes on Fleek. You'll be able to book her on Style Seat as well.
Well, we'll see you on all of that. And how about you? Why would they need to call you again?
Oh,
Come
okay. You want to reach us if you're interested in getting a booth at the show, or you want to be a volunteer, or you just want to come and you just have questions about the Nappywood LA Natural Hair and Lifestyle Expo. You can reach us at 571 Roots 13, and that's 766-8713. Again, that's 571 Roots 13, nappywood.com.
All right, and you, young lady?
Well, you can reach us at Inspired Beauty. We're www.iminspiredbeauty.com. You could also reach us on all of our social media. We're at I'm Inspired Beauty on pretty much everything: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also reach out to us via phone, which is 562-888-1602. And just so you know, we're also in stores and entering into some salons. So you can also go to our website and check what retail locations we're at. And if you want to carry our products and have a retail establishment, you're welcome to reach out to us and we'll talk.
All
And I
right.
would just like to add, I do come to the home as well. So if you can't come to the salon, I actually am a mobile nail tech and stylist. So I'm actually able to come to your home.
I remember when I used to do house calls, going to do people's hair in the 70s and the 80s. That was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yes.
But I wanted to say, trusting God means looking beyond what we can see to what God sees. So again, trusting God means looking beyond what we can see to what God sees. Amen. Amen. Anything else? Because
I just want to say thank you to you for
Yes.
having this
Thank
platform.
you.
This is a wonderful platform.
Thank you.
And just may you
Up with
have
God.
more and more years
Thank
doing
you.
this up for the community.
All righty. Thank you very much. And God is good, and He has directed all of our paths to be here on this show. So watch the show and tell everybody about this wonderful show that's coming up August the 6th and August the 7th. And that's at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And don't forget braiders. Come on. And I'm going to let the braiders know to come on out. Come off of this hill. So
Show your work, show your
this
talent, show
people
your
are
gifts.
up
This
here.
is your
In fact, my
platform.
daughter's one. They up here in the peace and all that stuff.
Yes.
And they don't want to come off of this hill.